Bet your bottom dollar you
Man.
got COVID, my man.
Yo,
For
did you have did you have Omarion or did you have do you know
I had to be 2K for sure, because
okay.
it didn't last long.
Oh, it just bump right
Okay.
out,
Yeah,
right? Kept
yeah,
it moving.
it was out of there. It was out of there.
Kept it
I got
moving.
I got touched, and then the band broke up.
You're now tuned in.
You're now tuned in.
You are now tuned in
You're now tuned in.
You are now tuned in.
to the Juxtaposition Podcast.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Welcome to episode 65 of the Juxtaposition Podcast, aka the Extraordinary Nobodies, aka Starting Five, aka the Five Heartbeats, aka the Four Hubbards in the Possible, aka the Positivity Podcast. I'm your host, Arsenio Hall.
Oh, that was
What was that?
COVID cough.
What was that?
Man, the water just went down wrong when I
Went
tried
down
to
wrong pipe.
Take care of your plumbing, nigga. Fuck going on?
Right. Let me wet this whistle a little bit.
I know not wet my whistle. I know Texas had an infrastructure issue, but I'm gonna need you to figure that out, my man.
Man, that came out of nowhere.
Speaking of, what's going on? How's your life, Cleveland? What's going on with you, bro?
My life is good, man. I move into my permanent residence. I can't wait, man. On Wednesday, so in a
Talk
couple
about
of days,
it.
I've been in temporary housing for a whole month, living out of a suitcase. So I'm just ready to get,
You a high class hobo.
high class. I'm like
High
Kanye.
class
He
hobo.
said his bag is his house. Like that's how
Yeah.
I feel right now. Like I'm
Like
living out
that's
of my
one of those.
bag.
That's one of those things that sound nice, but it's like, bro, that's no.
It's not fun, bro. It's not fun. Other than that, man, all is well. I'm liking Austin so far. It's cool. So
It's
so
also
far, so
it's also
good.
liking you back.
Yeah, man. You know what? I played the drums at a church last Friday,
What?
and I haven't played
How-
the drums at a church
How you
in
get
years.
so integrated so quick?
Well, I have a cousin that lives here, and she
okay.
was singing somewhere, and she needed a drummer, and hit me up, so it worked out.
How'd it go? You rusty or?
Well, I could tell I was rusty, and this is not even like people were telling me that I sounded good, and I was like, man, I felt so rusty, and then I kind of felt like they thought that I was like, you know what I mean, kind of like low key bragging, like, oh man, no, I'm rusty, like, but I honestly felt rusty.
I ain't
I
gonna
heard all
hold you,
my
bro.
mistakes.
I ain't gonna hold you. If I come to a gym and I ain't playing in a while, if I miss more than I make, I'm telling you what I used to do. I'm telling you what I used to be off top.
Right.
Like you see my I wasn't bending my knees, so like I'm a shooter.
My release was too strong. I got it.
over the
Nah,
people
but like, it was like
no.
one of those moments. Yeah.
How
man,
did your
but
body feel?
what-
Did the
what-
muscle memory, like, were you sore the next day?
No. Yeah, all right. So I got one of these things. I actually have it sitting right next to me. I got this little drum pad, right? And I practiced like just rudiments and stuff on the drum pad in the apartment like
Pardon me.
a few days before. Rudiments
Yeah,
are like
remember we used to go to college with her.
it's like a drill. It's like a shooting drill for a shooter. You know what I mean? Like if you're shooting over a broom or you're shooting at half court and then at the top of the key and then at the foul line. It's like a drill that you do to get prepared for the game. Like rudiments are drills that you do to get prepared for playing or just like to develop your skills in playing as well.
How come I've never heard that word used in any other context?
It's like a musical term.
play
More specifically, it's a drumming term. I don't even know if they call, and somebody's gonna listen to the podcast and be like, you don't know what you're talking about. But I don't know if they call like exercises that keyboard players do rudiments. I'm not sure. But I know drummers, we call them rudiments. You got paradiddles, you got single strokes, you got double strokes.
Paradiddles, single stroke.
Paradiddles.
This sounds like porno.
I know. What are we talking about here?
Paradiddle, single stroke.
Yeah. I single stroke and she paradiddle my shit.
How would do that to church?
Y'all should have been at church with me apparently.
Oh,
That's Var.
paradiddle.
He's a heathen. That's Var. Heathen.
I don't know, paradiddle.
But it went well though. It went well.
Terrible.
So what's going on with you? How was your week?
My week was my weekend was better. I wanted my week Thursday. I wanted to having to curse some people out at 7 o'clock in the morning, like in person. I had to pull up on people. Like I can't.
Oh, like throwback? You had to like
Yeah.
get back to Ozo?
Yeah, because a lot of times people feel like, oh yeah, I'm nice, I'm professional, but then they take it like they can just do whatever and say whatever, and I'm like, nah.
Was
Let
this
me
on behalf
remind
of your kids or was it on behalf of your business? I know it's one or the
No,
other.
this is business.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to, you know what I mean? And then I had to let a person of another culture, let them know that y'all not going to be talking crazy to me during Black History Month.
Not Black History
Not any month, but
Nope.
double the time now. So I had to
Definitely
literally
not
tell them
February.
that, like, yo, if you don't want that smack Jawan Howard did, you might as well back the F up and get the hell. I will grab your face. Don't play with me. So then on the weekend, I had a good week. I was in Detroit. I went to Detroit, Michigan. Shout out to the folks in the D.
Pittsville.
Nah, not in the city. In the city, down in the D. Yeah, I mean, I went to a Pistons game versus the Celtics. It was an interesting game until like the last 5 minutes. Then Boston did what they do.
Or did the Pistons do what they do?
It was a combination.
Pistons gonna piss.
I tell you what, I'm not one to talk because I never. This wasn't my strong suit playing ball, but them niggas can't shoot. Like the Pistons team, like collectively, nobody can hit a shot.
As a
It's
unit?
very strange. Yeah, it's like that. I made shots, but that wasn't like I wasn't known for being a shooter. So I think I would know when a motherfucker can't hit a shot. Like I'm like, and y'all need at this point. I at least had enough sense to I would take it to the rack because if I'm not on or I'm not on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was brick after brick. It's like they was rebuilding the city.
I mean, it needs it. It just went bankrupt a couple of years ago. I don't know nobody in Detroit. If you from Detroit listening to this podcast, my bad. I meant to tell y'all that I see some stats. Atlanta, Georgia is our biggest market. Who fucking knew that we was popping in Atlanta? Atlanta, Georgia was our biggest market. Shout out to the Atlanta listeners.
Shout out to Atlanta.
Let us know. Hit us up on Instagram. Let us know
if you're from the city and you're listening to us.
Right. Let us know what's going on. I don't know if people throwing they got VPNs and they really be in Jersey but sitting in Atlanta. I don't know, but it don't matter. We got a lot of a lot of love from Atlanta.
Word.
So for me, I am probably the first black man in history during Black History Month to get braces and COVID on the same day.
Damn.
Oh wow.
Braces and COVID the same day.
That's crazy. Well, you going for Guinness records and shit.
Right.
It was sick. It was sick. Like I was literally. I'm thinking it's allergies and shit. Like, nah, it wasn't. It was full blown. Like I took the test and my line was like permanent. Like the line was strong. Like
no mistake about it.
Ain't no doubt.
It was bold.
Let me take another one.
Bet your bottom dollar. Bet your bottom dollar. You got COVID, my man.
Yo, did you have Omarion or did you have do you know?
I had to be 2K for sure because it didn't last long.
Oh, it just bump right out.
Yeah,
right?
It was out of there. It was out of there. I got touched, and then the band broke up.
Terrible.
But the other thing is, two brothers, y'all also have had braces. I got braces now. I had two broken brackets the other day. So my top bracket popped loose. It stayed on the wire, but then like Sunday,
already
another bracket broke. Yeah.
Did you chewed on something?
No. So here's the deal. So I told y'all, people on the pod, I didn't say this to, but when I was going through this orthodontic shit, if I wasn't who I was, I would have felt ugly as fuck. Like the way that they were talking to me, like, you have a severe underbite. It's a genetic deformity. How'd you ever live with this?
Let's call people in the room.
Sarah, You ever
Come look at this guy.
Look at this. Somebody look at this. Somebody look at this.
You ever seen this? Whoa! It's a gorge. So with that, my bottom teeth come above my top teeth. So my bottom canine would hit the bracket above it. So when I'm asleep, it might like make it loose, putting pressure on top of it. So today I had to go back to get it tightened, and then I got these thing called bite turbos or like bite blockers. So when I bite down, it's a little higher.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah, so it'll be, but all that boring shit just to say that like this whole braces journey gonna be an ordeal. It's gonna be some shit. So the earliest I can get these braces, well, I'll have braces, surgery braces, like I mentioned last week. So the earliest I'll probably be able to get the surgery is probably like August or September. So I'm definitely gonna be here looking like Puff Daddy with the motherfucking big face. I'm gonna have a Puff Daddy body with the Biggie face.
Damn.
Looking like Martin when Tommy Hearns beat him up.
Oh, he beat him up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Braces in general is a process depending on what your
Never
teeth
fun.
structure situation. Yeah, whether you got gap or whether you got crooks or whatever, like it don't matter.
Crooks.
Yeah. I had crooks. My joint was.
I had crowded.
I had overcrowding. I had too many teeth, so they had to take. They had to take.
At least you ain't have to
couple
get
out.
the expander.
Oh yeah, no.
I have nightmares about the expander.
The one you
That
said
they
you
put
had
at
to
the
tighten.
top of your mouth. Yeah, the jaw
Nah.
expander. Like, man, that thing was like torture. I wouldn't wish that on my.
So
Yeah.
for our people who have not had braces, pardon me. Thank you for sitting through that. We appreciate y'all.
Right.
For
Some of
those
y'all
you-
might want to go look into it too. Those of y'all that don't got it. Yeah. I'm
Not our
just saying.
fans.
Talk about people's.
Our fans.
I'm
have
not. I didn't say a name. I don't know who, but I know everybody now out here with the pearly whites in the row.
And
Like,
it's
get
never
outta
too
here.
late. It's never too
Yeah.
late. You know what I'm saying?
So why
It's
you
not.
looking at me when you say not too late?
Hey,
I'm
at the
looking at
screen.
my
No,
ass
nah,
face.
nah,
I was looking at the screen.
nah.
Yeah, I was about to say, how you
Nah.
know? I could have
Nah,
looked
he
at it
said-
as though.
You said it's never too late.
You like,
You ever seen Wink? You ever seen Wink?
I got closer.
It's
It's never too late.
It's never too late for men in black shirts with purple hats to go ahead and get the
Word up.
situation taken care of.
Definitely
Yo.
not. I definitely did not
Yo.
agree with that.
can I get a quick sidebar? I'm not gonna say no names, but what you just did reminded me of back in the day when we had quote unquote beef with certain people, and they would be in like a room where I'm at, and then they would describe like everything that I got on, but never say nothing to me.
You know,
Like,
light
bro.
skinned Kappas with waves that shoot jump shots. It's like, yo, fam, you
Word
only got
up.
one. You only got one.
With the air raids on, like really, nigga, like okay.
Nah,
Okay.
the fun part was when somebody used to describe Zoe leaving a dorm when they thought that Zoe was with that girl. Like, I know you see that light skinned dude that be with the, you know what I mean? You see him, he had red on. He be wearing red all the time. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. They didn't want to say Zoe's name, but the girl told us his whole story. She didn't want to say his name.
I was
But-
like, damn.
He wasn't
That
even
was
doing nothing. He
That was
went to
bad,
just.
I was wrongfully accused. So
That's how
Well,
I was at the time. At the
Right,
time.
right.
okay,
His-
okay.
At the
his
time, I was
insecurities-
wrongfully accused. I didn't do that crime until like a year later.
But if you're going to accuse
Oh,
me of
got
the
you, got you.
crime,
Yeah,
might as well
I was
just
one of
stab.
those. Like, yo, if you would tell me I stole something here, then let me get that wallet real quick. Then that's
I
all.
believe.
Double jeopardy. I can't be convicted for the same crime twice in a row.
Then, like my man in the meme, like
I mean, that's how it go. But you know what? That's a good place to start. So there was a point in time when there was a scenario in college where there were certain women who were part of organizations, and they were with dudes who were in organizations, and you could clearly see who ran that relationship, and it wasn't a man. Have you been in a situation where you have had to actively submit to your lady in public?
in public, no.
Man.
What do you do?
No, wait. Let's describe. But wait.
All right,
Let's
boom.
clarify this because
So
we have a lot of female. We have a lot of women who listen to our show.
For sure.
Let's describe what we mean by actively submit.
Actively submit meaning she might be upset, right? She might have had a little attitude, and she raises her voice at you in public. You got two choices. You can take it on the chin and be like, "Wait till we get home," or you can buck up. Yes,
because you're talking to your teeth like you do. Like
you're allowing her to have her moment, and you're not embarrassing her further, right?
Yeah,
because two wrongs don't make it right. Or you could be like, "Who you think you're talking to?" Then it's like, "Oh shit, hide the kids."
I've been in situations. Oh, for sure. I've been in a lot of them. I've been in a situation where, like, I did not let it slide, and me and this person used to go at it in public all the time. Like, and I don't know why she didn't learn, but like, it was like, you're not going to talk to me any kind of way in public.
How are you going to say we got female listeners, and then you say, "Well, she didn't learn right after"?
I never put my hands on her. Yeah. But I wouldn't let it slide in public. Yeah. It's not sliding. Like, no,
and
you're not going to talk to me any kind of way.
Because he's not saying they should learn. He said this specific individual.
Yeah, I'm talking about a specific. I'm talking about a specific individual. Yeah, but like, while out in public, and I couldn't take it, bro. I think what would make me more mad, I could take at home. The craziness used to be at home too in this specific situation. I could take it at home, but like once you bring it outside, oh no. Like you want to hear what I got to say outside.
But why is it the opposite? Why is it not the opposite?
It was my ego. It was my ego and embarrassment, bro. Like it's one thing because like all about the united front. If you're in a relationship with somebody, it's a united front, bro, and you don't show the cracks in the ice when we in public. It's other dudes around, they looking at you. At least wait until we get in the car, bro. Like you don't show the cracks in the ice in public, and when you do that, to me, it's like, nah, it's open season. Like, cause if you showing cracks, I'm showing cracks, and I'm gonna win.
I don't want to see nobody's crack. But
nobody want to see no cracks. But I'm telling you,
I will tell you, I don't. Mine isn't. See, I don't know if mine is pride, but it probably is based off of like the true definition of it. But I've never had that happen. I will say this: I've been good, knock on wood.
And that's crazy because you've had crazy women in your past.
Yeah, I did, but I think they knew I was just as, so they knew that it was already gonna like. You kind of, I set the tone like yo. Listen, I did what my rules was the same ones I was raised with in certain circumstances, like. My mom's like, yo, if you show out, I'm gonna show out. Like, you gonna show your ass? So I'm the same way. Like, you think about this, bro. 90% of the time I've ever gotten mad and blew up in public is not because it's because somebody did it to me, and I'm like, oh,
you motherfucker.
Yeah.
So this is what we doing.
Yeah, okay. Welcome to the party now.
That's exactly. Welcome to the show. You bought the tickets.
Yeah,
but
I never had it. I never had it.
I'm telling you, yo, and I had another other times in a different relationship where it was more subtle that I let it slide.
Those subtle jabs.
Was it comments?
Those subtle jabs
was
like infuriating. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was no. Go ahead, because that's what it was. It was like subtle and kind of sarcastic. And it was like the people we was with caught the sarcasm, and I just had to let it rock. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just leave it right there.
That's the stuff that I'm talking about. Whereas, let's say that Zoe invited me and said girl over, and we in a comfortable environment. Let's say it's my crew. Let's say it's even her crew, right? Couples night, and then they throwing the subliminal jabs, and then your boy look at you like, after the third and fourth one, you gonna be like, all right, it's not a coincidence. He like. And he looking at you like, I know you're gonna let that slide. I know you're not gonna let that slide. But you know what? Maybe it's like the little devil on your shoulder, like, she fucking with you, fam. You are you a bitch. You like, all of a sudden, you agitated when she give you the body shots. See, what we're speaking about earlier is the headshot, right? Where she in public, she going for the head. But it's those like body shots all day where she's like, I mean, you're not the cleanest.
No, Daddy.
Yeah, you can't be exposing. You can't be exposing house shit like in your account. Like, nah, you can't be doing that.
Zoe be washing dishes, and she's like, I mean, oh, men wash dishes. You like,
Yeah.
But yo, how do you react? Like in that situation, I didn't react then, but when we got in the car, it was like no words, like don't say nothing to me. Like we got in the car, it was a long ride home till we was coming back from like Maryland, back to Jersey. I ain't say nothing. Turn the radio on, turn the radio off. Mad passive aggressive for the entire ride. Like I got nothing to say to you for this entire time.
Listen to the cabin.
Now you want to be nice. Now you want to be. You better listen to this cabin air. Crack your window. You want something to listen to.
You pass Wawa like you hungry. You give a fuck if I was hungry when you was talking shit to me 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Fuck you in Wawa.
I'm telling you.
Yo, I will honestly say I'm glad that, and to the audience, y'all probably surprised that I haven't, like, I don't recall ever being in that situation. Yeah? Like, I mean, you can also selectively forget it. That's also what I don't forget shit even I want to forget. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just am pretty good with the memory. I don't recall ever being in public with somebody who I was with, like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe, I don't even think they've even attempted to make me jealous like that in public.
I mean, I've been with you when women have tried to make you jealous via text, and that was funny.
In Cleveland, too. Yeah, I remember that one. Both of y'all been there.
That was OD.
That was wild.
That was wild. That's you can't do that by mistake. That was just OD. But
well, you know what? It's kind of funny, and I'm in the zone knows. In the zone knows something like that. That kind of topic is in my zone knows. So,
all right. So, what is there an appropriate way to submit to your lady in public?
Yeah, whatever you like. I wish a nigga would.
Whatever it is you like. Nah,
is there
absolutely.
A proper way to do it without the toxicity? Is there a way to do it?
There's a proper way. I mean, like now that like we're all more established, that's a go-to. But now that we're all more established in our relationships and more mature, I think we would handle it a different way, depending on the situation.
What? Like, I'm about to cut your phone off. Keep playing.
Like joke about it, like for real, like laugh it off. But then like when we get in the car, like we gonna have to rap about this. Like, why you have to say something about how I keep my clothes in the room, how I throw my clothes in the middle? They ain't everybody business. Like you want, we'll talk about it in the car.
You gotta go big business. You gotta go big business. You gotta hit it with you like your insurance pay every month.
No, that's like
I do all that.
Trying to ride dirty. Trying to ride dirty. What's up? You like Geico? I can get you the general. You want the general?
I'll be like, yo, don't touch my keys.
My keys.
It's my car. Like,
it becomes my keys.
That's my
No, man. But usually that's like laugh it off, or just act like I ain't hear it, ignore it, and then like just register.
Keep it in the stash. Yeah, just keep it. But you can't keep it in the stash too long. You gotta exercise it in the car.
Oh, it comes out in the car.
It's
coming out in the car. It's not waiting till we get home.
Or
as soon as we turn off the block, I'm gonna turn the music down. Like what you talking? I'm gonna make it seem like it was cool.
All right, Cleveland, what's the pitch when you get in the car? Right? What's the pitch? You driving? You push the button to start. But now she sits down. What you doing?
She sits down. I'm gonna let the music. I'm gonna let the music come on. I'm gonna let the car connect to my Spotify or whatever I got playing. And as soon as we hit the first light, it's getting turned down. So I'm messy now. Is that what it is? So we telling people I'm messy? Is that what we're gonna do from now on? Like it's like that's how it is. It ain't staying in there for long. We might make it to the highway. We might make it to the main road.
It's funny because the first light probably like 4 minutes. You put your belt on slow. Make sure she hit a click.
Nah, it's normal. It's normal until I bring it up. Like it's normal, and then once we get to that light, boom.
What's more disrespectful, the subtle turn down of the volume, or like you press pause?
Abrupt stop.
I do the abrupt. I'm like, yo, fuck this. Hit the button real hard. I don't even press pause. I'm turning the whole radio off. Okay.
I imagine y'all two do it very differently. Whereas Zoe he pressing the button aggressively. So what was What was that?
Yeah.
Whereas
And
Cleveland,
I'm not even looking at the road while I'm driving. I'm like, yo, what'd you do?
I imagine Cleveland is turning the music down subtly, and it's like, so we have an issue.
Oh yeah,
There's
yeah. It's
so
the
there's
pause.
problems. It's,
It's the pause. Yeah,
it's
that's what
also
it
the
is.
waiting until you get to
A certain spot.
that's
Because I have to, because I'm not, I don't want it to be an argument because I'm not a good arguer. I suck at arguing. Because when I get upset and I get emotional, my arguments just don't make sense. Like I don't make good points. So I have to gather my opening, and then you have to know who you're talking to, right? And if you're talking to your life partner, your significant other, you know what the rebuttals are going to be. So you
Yep.
got to have all your points together before you start. Because women are mad good at making mad points
messing
consecutively.
being with a
Not mine.
messing with a
Oh, really?
witty woman. I'm talking about like sniper. Like she just know the spot to hit. You say something, you thought like, yeah, I got her. She's like, you thought. And you're like, oh,
She'll find a hole in
shit.
everything you just said.
Fuck.
I don't have that. Mine is more the reverse psycho. Like mine, well, in current situation is like,
You're only in forever situation.
yeah. I'm saying because we were talking about previous situations, but like my wife now, like she won't even. Like you'll be talking to yourself for the first like 10 minutes, and I'm like, "Yo, do you hear me?" She's like, "Yeah." Like, "Yeah, nigga, what?" Like, and I'm like, "So you have nothing to say?"
Oh, that
No.
burned me up. I'd rather
Like,
have a convo than like a I
exactly.
hear you, I'm
Yeah.
processing, I'm ignoring you.
I've heard, yo, son. She hit me with the "Are you done?" And I was like, "Oh, I almost I almost pulled over. Like, you know what? Get out."
Are you done is top tier disrespectful.
Yeah.
Cause you don't be.
And yeah, like I'm not. I want you to feedback because I got some more to go based off of your answer. Like, but yeah, I don't. I never had that. I don't have mine. Is like we don't have to. I have to worry about the witty comebacks because they did like. I'm dealing with dismissiveness over here. Like,
She not even gonna entertain your games.
at all. At all.
She's not with it at all.
Meanwhile, I'm scared of what Tiff would do because she be mad calm. So we don't really get into it. She'll just like, all right. I'm just like,
Nah.
we're not gonna do this. Let's do this. Like let's spar real quick because I need to see what's going to happen. And she just don't. She definitely like poking me with small jabs when I'm asleep. You know, so I'll bleed slow.
Yeah.
See,
If it
like,
depend- go ahead. What you saying?
no, I was gonna say like with my wife, like if she is wrong, and she'll probably tell you it's not too often, but if she is wrong, like she don't let it linger for too long. Like if she can tell I'm tight, like by the time we get to light number 3, she's like, "Oh, so you're gonna keep not talking to me? That's what we're doing."
Oh,
And
I
then
hate
she try to
that
do.
shit.
Then she does something to try to make me laugh or whatever. Like that's usually how it works out. It's like I gotta get it out, but it ain't. She ain't gonna let it linger. If she's wrong, if she thinks she's right, then I'm just gonna have to get over it. It's like you're wrong. Like get over it. You're not right. But if she thinks she's wrong, she'll try to clear that up.
But let's get into it. Who's better at arguments, men or women?
Women, in my opinion.
No.
Talk to me. Break it down.
Go ahead, Cleveland. I'll reply.
You could reply, but like, well, and I can only speak for myself. I am not a good arguer only because I don't have very vivid long-term memory. I have good memory, but it's not as vivid as the women that I have dealt with up and through now. Their memory is just wild. They can tell you what you said, what time it was, what we had for dinner that night, and the color shirt
And
I
I
had on,
will
where I was
say-
standing in the kitchen.
I will
all of
say,
that.
in order to qualify as a good arguer, you gotta have a strong memory because that's
Definitely.
what gives you the leverage of
Yes.
Exhibit A, B, A1, A1C, and like you can have your rebuttals in order.
And I'm not good at that at all.
Well, that's where I come in, because everybody who knows me know my memory is sick, right? I remember a lot more than I probably want to, and my detail game is crazy. Because in the middle of the argument, when you try to deny that happened or when it happened, I'm going to remind you what you had on that day and tell you, I remember because I waited downstairs while you was da 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 da. And
No,
you
that's
remember.
me.
Yeah,
That's
I
me.
bring up a whole bunch of other things for you to remember that happened in that time frame or whatever we talking about. So
Like I know you wanted ice cream, so we stopped at Baskin Robbins and we
exactly.
sat at the little joint. And the conversation I was having before that was this. So then you said that, and then I was like, "Are you tripping?" That's
Yeah,
me.
me too. I go into the detail, and then I would say that I would say that the only reason why I'm a biased view of men are better
Better.
arguers is because my favorite comedian, Chris Rock said it a long time ago. He said, "Yo, men have a handicap in arguing with women." He said, "Because we have the ability to make sense." He said, "A woman ain't gonna let." He said, "A woman ain't gonna let little shit like sense fuck up her argument."
That's
It's
hard.
a bigger.
It is
That shit is real.
true.
You gotta find that quote, yo. We gonna find it. Yo. He be like, yo. He like, we want to make sense. Like we want to just solve it, resolve it. He's like, they only there for distance and irritation. I agree with it. I haven't seen it wrong yet.
I mean, penetration is great too.
Well, yeah, but in the argument sense, that's how you finish the argument.
I thought you said that's how they're good for in general. I thought that's what he was saying. Like,
No, for
just
the argument, fool.
oh,
Anyway, but yeah, so that's my.
devotion to Cleveland. Devotion is great.
Absolutely. Yo, and that's you know what it is? It's when and that's probably why I am a bad arguer, because to me an argument is like when you get emotional. Like when things get like intense and get emotional. And like when I let my emotions come into play, I don't make sense. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll bring up stuff that has nothing to do with what we were just talking about, which is why I try to like remain calm and just let the thing be the thing. Because if it comes to actually arguing, bro,
you
I'm
you at
just
a
not good.
disadvantage.
I'm at a
All right.
disadvantage, and I know that.
All right, boom. Let's shift gears for a second. So y'all are pretty split between who's the better arguer, men or women. But I know
Hmm.
something that is guaranteed to start an argument. Can you adequately correct your partner in public?
Correct her on what?
Don't
Correct,
can you
like
correct her in public?
if I'm not loud, like in public, it's like on the low. Like I'm not
Would
loud,
that be considered like in public though? Like can you correct her in public?
like in front of people.
Yes. Is
It
there a
depends
good
on
way
what
to
it
do that?
is. What is the mistake that's corrected? Is it like an
You do
accent
no,
thing, or is it
you
like a
doing too
you said
much.
something wrong?
No, you can you correct your partner in public and it be clean, like it's clean, like we ain't got no issue.
I think so. I just think it depends on what it is. Like, what are we talking about?
And it
I need a
depends on the
button.
crowd too. And it
Yeah,
depends on the crowd too.
See,
Like
y'all making me nah. Stop it,
it's not
because
black
no,
and white.
but
It's
yeah,
not a
no,
black and white.
that's
It's
not
not
a
a
black
black
and
and
white.
white.
no,
Yeah, no.
no, because now I gotta give a scenario because Zoe asking like, what if it's her accent? This nigga was so specific. What if it's
Hey,
her accent?
because my correction is always I'm making fun of somebody saying something. You know what I mean? That's why.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
me. That's my correction.
All
So that's
right,
why I think
boom.
so.
Your wife says something incorrect. Her facts are off, but she's strong and wrong. Can you correct your wife in public?
I would say yes and no. It depends on the crowd. Like if it's y'all, then I'm gonna do it regardless. Like, no, that's not what happened. And it'll probably turn into like a light argument in front of y'all, or we play each other out. But if it's like we somewhere, I probably just let it go, and then I'll wait till we get in the car. Like you was wrong, right? Like that was you
You
was
know you ain't
completely
know what you
off.
was talking about, right?
Yeah, I will wait all night. It'll be like as soon as she closed the door, boom, you know you was wrong, right? Like
Zoe's
car
like,
not even
what?
started.
What the fuck is astronomy?
Like
Astronomy.
yo, I was gonna blow you up, but I let it rock. Like
Yo, that's the thing. If it's something that commonly happens at home and then it happens like getting words wrong, let's say, if it's something that commonly happens at home and then it happens in front of a crowd, would your partner turn to you during that moment to look at you and say like did I get that right? Like if they use the word like astronomical, like whatever the word you was that you just said, like would she look at you like, is that right? And would you like, would you correct it in that moment?
If I know Tiff, she gonna avoid that word.
I was about to say.
She gonna change it midway. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy, right? Yeah, it's crazy.
Yo, honestly, I agree with that. I think ladies would definitely avoid the word, or if it's y'all, she'd be like, she'll describe like, what's that joint like? You know what I'm saying? Where, and then it'll be forced to where one of us will say it, and she's like, yeah, I like that, like.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, I was gonna say that, but I ain't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I couldn't remember. Like, damn, I'm losing my, like, you know what I mean? Something like, I feel like I should do that.
Tiff not touching that turf at all. Like, if she knows it's on the horizon and she have a past history with it, she go on the other side. She like, nah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can't think of a time that like I corrected my wife in public and it was like a thing tied to it afterwards. Because I can't think of like hard corrections. Like I might, if she said a word wrong, but sometimes if my wife says a word wrong, she literally looks at me and then I'm just like, nah,
like for confirmation.
Yeah, like like either that ain't it or nah, you good. Like
you got to hit it with the supportive, but like nah, babe.
you tried it though.
you gotta hit it with the babe. Don't do that. Leave that
yo,
alone.
But can your partner correct you in public?
Yeah, because I'm gonna make a joke out of it.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna be like,
I'm like,
it depends on how hard you try to go at me though. If you try to go a little too hard on the joke, I'm gonna hit you with I know you ain't talking. Like,
nah, so too far with the correction is like, too far is like, what is that? Like, yo,
yeah, if your energy too high on it, like you coming like Busta Rhymes with it. Nah, son, I'm like, nah. Now you trying to play me?
What is that? It's
like, that's not a correction. You trying to play me? That's not a correction.
Was that necessary? Like, did you have to put it that way?
Yeah, it wasn't. No, you ain't had to do it.
Nah, she loads you up. What his dumb ass was like? Nah.
Nah. Then we go back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the episode, because then you go get a clap back. No, not even in the car. Like it's gonna happen right there.
She loads you up in the chamber and shoot your ass out. Like,
yeah, that's again. These are stipulate. Like everything is not. These things are not black and white because they're situational. Because there's a time. There's a time and place for everything. So like, there's a time and place where you can do it, and there's a time and place where you can't or you shouldn't. Like if it's around her coworkers or job, I'm chilling. Like I'm not. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. Like you gotta be on your not your best behavior, but like the jokes, like the home jokes, don't make it to the coworker conversation. Like nah. Depending on even like because Tiff got 2 sets of friend groups, so I kind of keep it easy around both of them. Like I don't try to bust her balls or anything like that because I don't know how they joke. So I know that
culture is different.
Right, like my sting that Tiff has gotten used to, they might be like, "Oh my God, why did he say that?
He's so mean. That's so mean." Man.
It's like, nah, her those pants and those sneakers look dumb. But like you can't say that in front of mixed company.
No,
but that's understood though. Like y'all probably have that mutual understanding between both of y'all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like in the same way, if she's around some of your coworkers or friends, there's probably some things that she wouldn't say when it was just you two together. Like you know, I've
been wanting her to gun more. Like she don't gun me, and it makes me feel bad when I do it to her because it's like a 1-person fight.
It'll get there. Look. I know my sister-in-law. I know ladies used to be mad quiet, but she be stinging. So when we at the house now,
the comfort level is beyond 100.
Completely different.
I think the difference is that going back to the disrespect, it's like Zoe will say something and the whole room will shift to Zoe's wife and she'll laugh and that confirms everything. It's like, oh, okay, I guess it ain't true. I guess it ain't true. Or she'll walk in the room and it's like, that didn't happen. It's like, yo, where should you hop in from?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, things have changed. And then on top of that, you begin to take on your significant others kind of like traits and personalities in some
For
way,
sure.
shape, or form. So
All right, so this is a good question for you, and maybe Cleveland, you've experienced this. Have your powers been used against you?
all the time,
Okay,
all
talk
Yeah.
to me.
currently,
Yeah.
all the time. I mean, like he said, like in the beginning it wasn't like that. Now I get jokes. You know what I mean? There's times where like I remember one time we was over at the Hendy's crib, and I don't know what I did or said, but she had all three of them. I was like, so all y'all niggas gonna just laugh at me like this? Like I'm like, yo, Chris, whose side you on here, bro? He's like, nah, that shit was funny. Yo, she got you. I was like, all right, okay.
So
I said, damn.
that car ride home was
man.
like, oh, you got jokes now?
Well, not really, because it was up the block. So you know, our car. By the time we started the car, we was home. I couldn't even say it. We still walking in the door. I'm talking shit like, yo,
So Cleveland's
had to
rule of
do?
going to a traffic light don't even apply because ain't no traffic light between
nah,
you.
nope, not at all.
I
That's
definitely had the same thing. Yo, you know what happened to me the other day that we was just talking about last episode? Remember I was talking about how I'll be lying when I fall asleep and I wake up and be like,
Oh,
"No, I
yeah.
was asleep."
Yeah.
I don't know why I lied because I know that I was asleep. Yo, my wife did that to me the other night. We was watching a TV show. She fell asleep and I just stared at her until she woke up. And when she woke up, I was just staring at her. I was like, and she was like, "What?" And I was like, "You tell me what?" And she was like, "I mean, I wasn't." I'm like, "She about to do my thing. She about to tell me she wasn't asleep." And I was staring right now. I saw you. Your eyes were closed. Your breathing changed. You was in REM sleep. You gonna try to act like you wasn't.
He said,
But I'm like, it was
"She
just
about to
payback.
do my
about to
thing."
do my thing. He like patented, like he patented this shit. Like
That's
only
my
Alkaline.
thing.
Yeah,
She stole
only
my thing.
Alkaline.
Yeah.
Oh, he see her loading. He's like, oh shit.
How she hit you? How she hit you with a U?
She definitely was about to hit me with a B, and
Oh
then she
my
and then she
God.
fell back. She was like, "All right, I was asleep." I'm like, okay, yeah, because I
You
saw you. I knew you
at
were.
least you know what it looks like on the other side.
Word up. Now you know how
I-
crazy you look when you do
Like
it.
I
Yo,
know,
and
you,
I
I
know
know
I
you're
be
about to do with
lying.
me. I know you're not about to do with me.
I don't know why I do it, yo. I don't know why I do it. I be lying for no reason. I was actually sleeping and enjoying it, and I'm sitting here lying about it. But nah, but she hits me with other things. Not really when it comes to like my passive aggression, but she hits me with a me in other areas. I do this thing where like, all right, you know how I'm probably throwing myself out there. Y'all don't leave me hanging on this. You know how sometimes you hear your significant other speaking, right? But you're not as engaged as you should be to what she's talking about. But you hear her speaking, and then when she asks you a question, for some reason, I do this. My first response is, "Huh," even though I heard what she just said. So she'll say, "So you want to do X, Y, and Z?" And I'll be like, "Huh?" And then I'll recall what she said, and I'll be like, "Yeah, no, we can do that." And she was like, "If you heard me, why you saying huh?" Like I do it all the time. So she did that to me the other day. I forget what it was. She was like, get me some water out the fridge or something. I'm like, "Can I get some water?" She was like, "Huh?" "Oh yeah, I'll get you some water." I'm like, "Yo, you turning into me. I hate it.
Yo.
Like, don't take on my negative traits. Be
I'll
yourself.
say, I
Do
don't want to date me because the same thing happened. The same thing happened here, son. Like, I asked Tiff a question. She's notoriously indecisive with things that she is not invested in. She don't care about it. So she'll ask like, "Well, what do you want to do?" I should have been asked me. I know what I want to do. I asked you. Like, I'm not asking me. I'm asking you. So what do you want to do? Like, so I'm like, I don't want to date me. I'm annoying. I know that I'm too particular. I'm way too like, I'm just like, I'm aggy about different shit. Like, we have an example, right? Like, if Tiff left, if I leave something out of place, Tiff will move it to where it needs to be, and then like might not even ever tell me. I see that shit as I'm walking. Like, yo, this yours? This yours? Why is here? Like, why is this here? Or like the dishes, like cause I wash dishes almost every night. So if it's like if she got most of the dishes and I asked her at 2:00 she gonna wash dishes, I'm gonna ask again at 5, and then at 8. Are you washing these dishes? And now that makes her not want to do it because I keep asking her about it.
Oh yeah, she rebel.
Yeah.
That's rebel.
I'm annoying.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm the same. I'm the same way. In terms of like not wanting to date myself, because I'm like I'm too passive. I let too much stuff go. Like, and sometimes something needs to be said. Like, and my wife is the opposite. She's like, no, I'm gonna say something, and I'm like, yo, we don't gotta say something every time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can let this rock. But if either one of us were too much the other way, I think we would get on each other's nerves.
I think so.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. You got to have those boundaries where, like, obviously, like you like to see your partner like use your words or do things that you do, and you take your influence. But like when they start like being you, it's like I don't
It's a
like how
little
this
scary.
feels.
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't
little
like how this
Yeah.
scary.
feels.
Like when
Uh,
Rashonda first started using John like regularly.
Oh,
Like, yo,
that's
pass me that
hard
John
too,
over
because you're
there.
not even from the area. Like that's a
Yeah,
geographic thing. So for her to
it's
adapt
definite.
that is real.
No, I caught Tiff using it yesterday.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I'm telling you, it feels
I
good.
didn't
It's
say
like, all
nothing. I
right.
didn't say nothing. I was like,
I don't know if John has
yeah.
a Spanish translation, so we don't really. And I'm not from South
No,
Jersey, so I
it's
never really used it.
everybody got something that means everything.
Nah,
Basically,
Joan in
everybody
Spanish is
word means
it's
everything.
yawn. It's just the
Yawn, right?
Y.
The J is the Y, right?
Yeah.
Yawn. Yeah, I don't really use it like that,
The
so I
yeast
can't.
steak yawn? The yeast steak?
I can't. Yeah, I don't really use that word, so that's funny as hell.
It's okay. All right. So is it safe to say that we are not correcting our partners in public? Is that where we at?
For the
Within
most
reason,
part,
you're gonna walk on eggshells.
yeah.
You're gonna do it. Tread lightly
For
when
the
you do
most,
it.
And for once and for all, can men be submissive to their women in public? Yes or no?
absolutely, yes.
No, 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 no. That Zoe did a thing. Cleveland definitively said yes. Zoe
He
was
said,
like,
"Uh huh." I
he
did
ain't
like
say no
Kate.
words.
I did like Kevin Garnett when Ray Allen
Yeah,
walked out.
right, right, right. Like, all right, all
Yeah,
right.
I think you can. I think you can.
No, 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 no. But can you? You said you talk about us. You said
It was a general question, so I answered it general for the general public.
not bad.
I don't think I've gotten to that point, so I'll let y'all know when I cross that bridge. Man.
We are all a work in progress. So
For sure.
now to your favorite segment.
Hey yo, Zoe knows this, Zoe knows that. So light skin, Zoe stay black.
Yeah, and what do you know? So anyway, Zoe knows. All right, I'm gonna let y'all know. Y'all already know what's going on. There's a war outside,
No man
not
is
in the
safe
U.S.
from. Oh my fault.
Yeah. And no, I was about to go there too. I was thinking like, should I use a Tupac or the Mob Deep? I don't know which one. But yeah, Ukraine is having some situations against Russia. I think it's kind of ill because the famous people are actually like involved in fighting. Like, I think that's very ill. Uh, the presidents and all this are like getting their hands dirty. Not ours. I'm
Yeah.
saying like in their
They also
country,
said men 19 through 60
they went for everybody.
report to the base, bro.
Yeah, they ain't even playing. They're like, yo, everybody pull up. So it is wild. And I was like, dang, it is. I know with us, I've been seeing a lot of jokes. Black people, we don't really take stuff serious that don't directly concern us, so to speak. We like, oh, that's their fight. But just to let y'all know, the stuff that does happen over there does affect us. You know what I mean? So
Pardon
y'all
me.
can't fill up your
Y'all
Hondas.
y'all gas people, it affects y'all. I'll be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Well, all right. Well, you won't be fine. You won't be fine when when the nuclear or whatever, and they shut off all our electricity. Okay, you gonna wish you had some gas, didn't you? You can't recharge your shit when we're in a power outage. All right. When Putin pressed the button and we
Yeah,
go off the grid.
yeah. Ain't gonna be no more nothing.
Exactly. So, but yeah, that's some wild shit. But I mean, I kind of felt the same way. It doesn't concern us. I know the details of how it does affect us, but I don't like us getting so heavily entrenched. and maybe it's the selfishness of me, like everybody stand with this, stand with that. But I don't know, man. I just feel like we we've been getting effed up for so long, and people say they standing with us, and then there's rumors and reports that they doing black people dirty out there. Like,
That's the part that makes
Mm-hmm.
me that has me like up in arms. Is that
y'all got a lot of nerve.
racism don't take a day off, son. Like they
Nah,
they won't even let they want us to just stay there and die, bro. Like that shit is, you know what? It's not mind blowing. It's pretty like on par. Like,
well, we so
wait,
used to American version of it. That's why we thinking like nah, that's just here. They think that's our history. You know what I mean? That's what we think, but it's not. It's actually
it's everywhere.
and
universal.
and even
Universal.
the bias in reporting when they're
Oh
talking about
yeah.
like they don't expect this from European nations. So they expect it from war torn nations, and then they start naming all of these black and brown nations where things like this have happened consistently over the years. But the fact that these folks are white essentially, like it's such a surprise like that this would happen. And I think a couple people posted about the bias in reporting on Instagram, and I was just like, man, it's wild. It's unfortunate that it's happening, but you know what I mean,
Yeah.
it's still kind of wild, like how racism still is so prevalent at the same time.
It take a part of anything. Though it don't, like you said, don't take a day off. And the crazy, but this been going on low key on and off with these two since 2014. Like this is not yesterday's news. Like this is literally something that's been over
So
territories and
I heard a perspective that was pretty interesting to me. So NATO, which is the Northern Atlantic Trade Organization, which is the part of the clique. It's our set, right? That's America's set, and it has been circling Eastern Europe for some time, and NATO is Northern Atlantic. There's no Atlantic in Eastern Europe, so Russia's like, why is NATO surrounding us, right? So they are getting closer, and NATO's getting closer and closer to countries that are allies to Russia, and Russia may think that there's a threat that they pose, similar to how Russia had the Cuban Missile Crisis with Cuba, and they was about to have nuclear weapons pointed at the whole U.S. So it's like, you're too close. So I'm thinking that in order to counteract that, Russia's invading Ukraine so they don't become a part of NATO, because Ukraine is not a part of NATO, but like they're gang affiliated.
yeah,
They,
pretty
they
much.
can't wear the flag. They can't rep Crip for real, but like they know they protect it.
Pretty much. So that it's a lot going on. People do your Googles, do your research, but just to let y'all know, the shit happens everywhere. There's a black forum and platform, so I'm always gonna ride with mine. So they doing us dirty. They the videos they treating us some type of way. Don't be surprised. Just remember that. That's all you gotta do. Just remember that. Keep that in mind. Um,
Facts.
next, over the past week, we had the NBA All Star Game, All Star Weekend. The dunk contest was very controversial and terrible.
It was very
Uh,
bad.
I mean, I'm glad
I didn't
that
watch, but I heard it was bad.
you didn't miss nothing. I'm glad that a Nick
Yeah.
won, even though it was not all that. But hey, I'll take it. It's
You
something
need to
that the
give that
Knicks.
shit back.
Nah, chill, because he actually should have won the year before that. His dunks last year was actually better than this year. But and it was clean, no mistakes on the first go. So I don't know. But yeah, that's something that they're talking about redoing, restructuring. They're like, because none of the good players want to do it. I'm still mad LeBron has never done it. That's the one thing I say is my knock against him. Like, bro, you should do that at least your first year got out the way. And all the greats did it. Jordan, Dr. J, Dominique, everybody that would consider himself in the great arena
Yeah.
that is a
Kobe.
dunker. Yeah, I mean, Kobe did it there. Just get it out the way. He should went and did it and kept it moving.
Nah, LeBron he's his own man. Kobe did it because Jordan did it.
Nah, that's not what he
Nah,
did. He ain't do the foul line.
Nah, but he did it. We can talk about this all day. Keep going. Fuck it.
Anyway, yeah. So, then Steph Curry had a crazy game. The joint was ill. It was like almost comical how this nigga was just hitting. He had
it's
like
like
six,
watching an
seven.
arcade game, bro. Like
Yeah,
watching, like he
NBA
was on
Jam or
fire, like
something.
NBA Jam. Yeah.
Yeah, he had like six in a row, and even Iverson was laughing like, "Yo, is this for real? Like, this is nuts." So, It was just good to watch. It was good entertainment for that. They listed the top 75 NBA players. T Mac got snubbed.
I mean, we did this before already.
Yeah, Vince got snubbed. Well, they was just them out, but remember last week was when they had the actual.
Yeah, but no, we talked about the snubs though.
Yeah. So a couple people, it's just hard to watch. Then there was the drama with what do you call it? The big three Celtics. You know, they took a picture of it. You could tell Garnett was like fake smiling hard, and then like after that, they ain't rock. And then the story of the night from that All-Star game was good old MJ with the Mary J tap on the cheek, baby.
Yeah.
Mike was on his perv. Yeah, he thought he was slick, whatever. So that was that. Then there was the Kanye doc. Did y'all watch that?
Yeah, I watched both episodes.
I didn't watch it.
I watched 1.5. I gotta finish the second one.
Netflix. It's a three-part. Netflix, yeah. Three-part documentary. It's really good.
I thought it was good. And very informative. And the fact that they documented all that stuff, like the process, was dope.
Yeah, it's wild. But the one thing that I hate that people default to, and maybe because I have this experience, is that he is this way because he lost his mom. Now, she was his biggest cheerleader, right? But like that is not you can't lean on that holistically to say I lost my mind but made billions because I lost my mom. That it's like nah. Everybody's experience is different.
He's always been that way. Jay-Z told a story about years before Through the Wire even came out. They was in a session recording and he had produced a beat and he stopped the whole session, stood up on a speaker and was like, I'm the best rapper and producer of all time. And he was like, all right, this is like, where's this come from? Like, we in a studio session, but bro, he's always been like this. It just is like hyper. I gotta watch this special, but like Kanye's been Kanye forever. I think it's just taking a while for it to come out.
It shows the makings of very confident but modest, and like how nobody's taking him serious. And we should have a whole episode on like that, to be honest, like the whole episode on the whole experience and what this means. But yeah, I encourage everybody to watch it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So, and then lastly, I just have a random question for to end the Zone News. Do y'all really truly believe that these celebrities make a mistake with these leaked photos and videos that they be having? Like what is up with that? Like, what is up with everybody trying to show they shit? Like, what is that about? Like, y'all that bored? Y'all suffering from like y'all need airtime like that?
But a lot of these dudes and chicks be having that shit on their Instagram story.
Yeah, so that's how I heard Nelly got bagged with the IG story thing. It said it was an accident. How do you accidentally post?
It's mad steps to put something on your IG story. Like, it's mad steps.
I would take an accidental text versus an accidental post. Like, if you was on your Bill Belichick and text the wrong person, like, all right. I get it. But like,
people need attention, bro. People do anything for attention, especially if you had attention at one point and it kind of dwindled. You'll do anything to get it back, even if it makes you look silly.
Yeah, I just was like, it just happened too much. So that's why I didn't want to say who's leaks, whatever. But it was too many consecutively in the last like week and a half or something like that. 2 weeks, and I'm like, this got to be a thing. Like, what? How does this even happen? Like,
Pause.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, that was my question to y'all to finalize the Zone News, because I just was like,
it's like
it was annoying to me. It's very annoying.
Nah, I get that. But all right, y'all. It's gonna get y'all out of here. Appreciate y'all listening. Episode 65, Juxtaposition Podcast. We will see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.